Most of the guys my age in their 50s, 60s, 70s say, oh, I started guitar to attract girls. That wasn't my focus. I just like to make music. My parents got me a little, cheap guitar, and I tried to play it for a couple of years. And then high school, friend and I kind of just sat around and learned songs. So kind of progressed from there. I had a custom guitar built for me in Tennessee. That guitar went in a case, in the closet, under the bed, the typical thing where, life happens, and, oh, I need to get my guitar out, 20 years later. It's kind of warped because you have to take tension off strings if you store a guitar for a long period of time. So I started thinking, maybe I could fix it. Then I saw a magazine, and they were talking about luthiers and luthier supply houses that had woods where you could build your own guitar. And I thought, maybe I could build one just like this. So that's where it all started. And then it becomes a passion, and then it becomes an addiction. It's all I thought about for about 5 or 6 years. Finally got to the point where I felt confident in what I was doing. A lot of it was my trial and error in learning the process of building. My dad says it's the Bear way, which is the hard way. Rather than asking or going to school to learn, you just make a lot of mistakes. They're all based on old Gibson, Guild, Martin, Epiphone, all the old guitars that I liked. They're my interpretations of those guitars. There's like almost 300 processes in building a guitar. Every one of them contributes to what it's going to sound like. The combinations are just limitless. Now, after about 110 guitars, I've gotten to the point last 3 or 4 years, I kind of know by working with that wood for up to 3 months, I know what it's going to sound like. It's coming out like I want it. Now, back 12, 13 years ago, it just blew me away when string it up and you strum it, and gosh, or ooh, But that's just part of the process. After building so much that you kind of know what's going to happen. Every individual who builds has their own different process of building. It's not like in a factory. It's not a linear process. It's kind of like what I like to do at that moment. It's just two different businesses almost. Building a spec guitar, which is just what I want, and then building something for somebody and trying to achieve and make sure that they're going to be happy. If I'm building a spec guitar, it's all me. A lot of people come to me for a custom guitar, and they have in mind what they've seen in a picture, or they've seen somebody else on stage playing, and it may be totally different than what they really want. And sometimes you've got to convince them that what they want is not what they really need. When you've gone through this whole process of 3 months of trying to create an instrument, when you have finally strung it up and you think it sounds good, then when you put it in the hands of a competent professional musician and you sit in front of them and listen, and it comes out the way you wanted, and the person says, this is great, that's it. That is what it's all about.